Hey guys, I am Game Advisor and welcome back to another Icarus update video. Before we get started, do consider subscribing. We talk about all the Icarus updates as well as tons of other things to do with not just Icarus, but many other survival games. With that being said, I won't hold you up any longer. Let's get started. So this update doesn't have a lot of information, but it has some very impactful information. First up, they have literally, in their words, straight up increased the talent points cap from level 40 to 50. Basically what this means is that you're now going to get an additional 12 talent points if you were already at level 50, in total giving you 60 talent points up from 48. This is absolutely super impactful, but is even more impactful because of the next thing they state, which is we will also now be splitting solo talent tree points into their own group, which means you will no longer be spending your main talent points on solo talents. I love this. Yes, thank you. The talent system needed a rework. I know many people have been asking for it, so I am so glad they've implemented this. This gives us not just 12 additional talent points, but as we'll see here in a minute when we read down below, they did also make it so that if you put points in your solo tree, I'm assuming we're now going to get those back, as you're going to be able to have 25 points completely dedicated to your solo tree that will not come out of your 60. This means in total you will have 25 solo tree points and 60 points that you can put anywhere else you want. There's a lot of other stuff in this one too that they've done that are big changes that people have been asking for. One of which is the infinite leveling system. So beforehand, they did have a leveling cap of 99, which you can see right here, but they've now increased it to essentially infinite. There is no cap. It might actually cap out at like 999, I don't know, but usually there is some cap at some point. Either way, it doesn't really matter because once you get past a certain point, you're just getting the blueprints. That's important because originally you were not able to unlock all of the blueprints in the entire game because of the fact that you were locked to level 99. With this increase, you can now get every single blueprint in the game if you want to get them. All you have to do is be willing to do the grind. You can also pre-level your character for when they add new things to the game. Just like I talked about before, they're probably going to be adding new things to the game like tier 3 stuff, maybe eventually tier 4 stuff, maybe some new stuff when they add a DLC, and you're going to be able to take that character and use the points that you've gained over the time you've been playing the game before they were released. So let's say you're level 150, you have all the talents unlocked. Let's say you have about 30 or 40 blueprint points still with you. The new DLC hits, and now you've got an extra 40 points right away to put into all the new stuff. This is absolutely amazing. I'm glad they did it. It gives people a reason to play even after they hit level cap. So I am so glad they've implemented this. Another thing they did is they made solo play a little bit more viable. So for those of you who didn't know, a lot of players have been struggling with playing this game entirely by themselves, even if they put all their points in the solo tree. So as we can see here in this image, which I'm going to go ahead and show you on screen, they did add some new solo talents. This just gives us more options to create a better solo character. More talents in general also being able to be split up between the two is also going to make the game way easier for players that want to play it by themselves. This means you'll have your 25 solo talents and 60 regular talents like we talked about earlier between both of them, and you'll have a total of 85 talents helping to make your character stronger, up from the 48 we had before. That is almost double. That is an insane amount of talent point increase for solo players. Therefore, if you've been struggling on playing this game solo, or you've wanted to play solo, but it's just too annoying or stressful to do, now is the time to maybe give it another shot, since solo is going to have so much more capability to use those talents to make their game significantly easier. All right, now this is probably the biggest news in the entire post, and that's the fact that next week we're going to be getting a talent point respec. I know every one of you that are watching this video have probably said to yourself at some point in time, darn it, I put that talent point in the wrong place and I don't want to level up a new character. Well, guess what? You don't have to now. Now they're going to be adding a talent point respec system into the game. Again, we do not know how this system is necessarily going to work, but what we do know is the part they describe right here. Basically, what this says is that they're going to have a new currency in the game called Ren, Ren, Ren can then be used to purchase retaining points. I'm assuming they're going to allow it to purchase other things, otherwise I'm not sure why they would even have a currency for it, but nonetheless you're going to be able to get Ren, which you can then use to purchase these retaining points. Retaining points can then be used to undo a talent accumulation and earn the talent points back that you can then spend elsewhere. This is because they still want players to create a new character to specialize in different skills. They want you guys to go and make a bow character, maybe make a firearms character, maybe make a gathering character, maybe make a character that's really good at doing this mission type or another mission type as they expand the game and make different ways to play. I am so glad they're implementing this into the game. I just hope it's not too difficult to get that Ren. We'll have to see more next week, but either way, it is a huge win for Icarus. People have been asking for this for a long time. I have so many friends that have just quit the game because they couldn't respec. I think this is going to give the game a new life, a new energy. A ton of players will return if they get the chance to hear about this. So if you have friends that have quit, maybe shoot them this video. If you don't want to shoot them this video, just tell them, hey, Talent Respec's coming back. Maybe you should check it out again. The game's going to get some big changes. So I am super happy this is coming. I love Icarus, and I know you guys probably do too if you're watching this video, so I am just so happy this is being implemented into the game, finally. Now, there are two things I just want to very quickly touch on before we wrap up this video, and that's the fact that they added a new sleeping interface, as well as made it so that fish will now spawn in some bodies of water where they previously were not. I'm sure if you're anything like me, you've done plenty of missions where you just cannot find fish nearby, or you happen to go check a pond and you'd be like, yeah, there's probably fish in here, and there's no fish. Or you go check a river and you're like, oh yeah, there's probably fish in here. Oh, no fish. Well, now they've added those to the game, so you don't have to worry about it. I'm not too sure what the new sleeping interface is. It's probably not that big of a deal, but nonetheless, I mean, hey, new features are new features. There were a bunch of other updates to the game that are basically just minor things, like changing the hunting rifle's name to semi-automatic, or probably a semi-automatic hunting rifle, so that they can clarify to players that haven't used it yet what it actually is, as well as just a few other bug fixes and optimization fixes. But either way, guys, this is an absolutely massive update. I am so glad they've put this into the game. This is huge for solo players, and this is a great thing for non-solo players, or players who have wasted talent points in their solo tree previously when they were locked into those and could not use them in their main tree when they were playing with friends. I'm so glad they've now separated the two so that they are two totally separate talent systems. And I'm so excited, guys, to get to see how this talent point respec system is going to work. We're going to dive into it next week. We may even make an entire video completely dedicated to how the talent point respec system will work, but we'll have to wait and see how much there really is to talk about. Either way, we will be doing an update video on it next week, so do consider subscribing to our channel if you guys want to see that. We do put out new Icarus videos every single week. We always do our best to try to cover the updates as soon as they come out. But with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm Game Advisor, and I'll see you next time.